And our first watch, ladies and gentlemen, of the night on this watch market update is the AP Royal Oak Stainless Steel Open Work Skeleton. You remember Mr. Donut. I know you do. The skeleton, the 15407 double balance wheel, ladies and gentlemen, 41 millimeter. This watch at one moment, let's forget about the Corona era. Let's just talk about this era. It was all the way up at 179. 179. Stainless steel, acero, open work, double balance wheel, 41 millimeter. You know, unbelievable. Skeleton eyes. Don't pay for that watch. No, Papa, it's still up there. It's still up there. It's still up there. Don't pay for that watch more than $133,000. And here it is. That's one for you. A watch show here in downtown Miami. We're dead. We're dead. Don't ask me how I know. That's none of your business. Don't ask me how I know. Aquí no es un delincuente, sabe todo. Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk to you about a watch that most of you need to hear this. I'm going to be talking about Aventi watches. Aventi watches. They call this the Ghost. 42 millimeter. You know? It's unbelievable. Black case. You know, it's a tourbillon, you know, a tourbillon watch. A tourbillon watch. And, you know, they were trying to compare this watch to a Hublot. They were trying to compare it to a Richard Mille, you know, to a Jacob. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Those watches, you know, there, you know, Jacob, Richard Mille, Hublot, you know, that type of watch. But the watch has had his share of history. I'm not here to give you the rundown that gentleman over there, you know, the English, you know, Hermie the English, you know, elf, you know. I'm not into that. That's for him, you know. The Hermie the English elf has his own thing. He talks to you guys about straps, about dials, about grill watches that he's buying, and then when he receives them, the watch doesn't match the paperwork, you know, that wishy-washy stuff. This channel, we're not into that. We're not going to talk to you about straps and grill watches and getting on a train. No. We're not into that stuff. With that, we leave Hermie the English elf alone in that platform. He's a genius in that, you know. People love that, you know. Some people love that, and that's fine with that. You know, that's fine. If you like it, you go over there. You go see Hermie the English elf. You know, Hermie. But here, what we give you is knowledge. Para que salga para la calle con el cuchillo en la boca, so you can go through the streets with a knife in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Kino, no te metas. Olvida, Hermie the English elf. El tipo loco ese. El maniático. He buys. Está loco, you know? Está loco. Thank you, Wicked. Okay, Wicked. Thank you, Papa. No, but all kidding aside, if you like that, straps, you know, buying a watch, buying a grill, opening a box, unboxing a box, you know, and talking about the same thing, well, this is, again, the Aventi watches. And he's really done an attack with the Aventi watches, and he's done well. You know, he's done really, really well, and he's unbelievable. He saved a lot of people a lot of money. A big shout out to Mr. Hermie, the English elf over there from the United Kingdom. You know, the English guy over there, you know. 42 millimeter, black case, you know, skeleton eyes. It's all this wishy-washy with an orange strap. You know, they're trying to be just like Richard Mille. Ladies and gentlemen, if I tell you this, you probably won't believe me, but you know, it's a very, very economic watch, and they were asking 35, 45. They were putting fantasy numbers, you know, spoofing numbers, spoofing. You know what spoofing is? If you don't know what spoofing is, you Google it. You Google it, and you'll find out what spoofing is. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell all of you something. If you are thinking of buying that watch, and I am not recommending any of you to buy this watch, I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch more than $9,400. I'm not even gonna give it a drop because you gotta be un lambong to buy that watch. You know, it's a tourbillon. You know, you gotta be un lambong. You know, it's made. They say that these watches, and I'm gonna tell you, they say that these watches are made over there, Xinjiang. That's all I got to say. Xinjiang. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful watch. This is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual stainless steel with a pink dial for Valentine's Day. 36 millimeter, reference number 126000. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 36 millimeter. They call it the cotton candy too. Pinkish dial. Oyster, this is like a, I don't know, $5,600 retail price watch, but it went all the way up to, I don't know, 13, 15, 16, depending who the lollipop sucker was, But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that 36 millimeter. Dead. He's dead in water. He dead. He dead. Thank you. Thank you, Critical Experiment, for saying that number 10 beans. You're onto something. You're onto something. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. It's your money, and you spend it as you please. But don't pay for that watch more. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $8,900 and dead. You do whatever you want. It's for Valentine's Day. You wanted it, sir. You got it. Sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, with your, your dealer, your watch dealer. I'm sorry, Papa, You go with it with the cash. You throw on the table. You take out the cash. You put it on the table. You go with it. You say, hey, Bobby, this is what I got for you. This is what I got for you. Okay? I'm telling you what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a Rolex GMT Sprite stainless steel with a Jubilee bracelet. Unbelievable watch. Unbelievable watch. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, please do not fall for the trick that's going to happen any moment. And you're asking yourself, what trick is going to happen any moment, Juan? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the trick is here. The cat is out of the hat. And now they're going to be coming out with what Rolex watches are going to get discontinued. Correct. Bravo, Thurston Howard III. Bravo, papá. Eres grande. Eres grande, papá. Muy bien, Thurston. They're going to come with the trick now to get you with the Rolex GMT Sprite, that they're going to discontinue. The left-handed, they're going to come in with the Pepsi GMT that they're going to discontinue. The Pepsi, because they can't do no more the ceramic bezel and, the lottie fantasy land. Ladies and gentlemen, for the ones that don't know this, please hear me out. A watch is going to be talked about while they're talking about the watch getting discontinued. That's how the watch goes up in price. They talk about it. The mumbo jumbo is going to get discontinued. That discontinues. They're going to come back again. The Coke, this, that, You know what I'm trying to say? The Dr. Pepper, this one, all that mushy stuff. But it's a sketch. While they're talking about the watch, it's al revés. It's the reverse. While they're talking about it, the watch is getting real high in price. Once the watch gets discontinued, it flatlines. It's dead. Has anybody ever told you that? Only me. Only me. I also have a video on that too. On chapter, I think it's chapter 8. Very early on my videos, chapter 8. The watch, while it's being talked about, the watch is hot. While they're talking, it's going to get discontinued. Once it discontinues, it dies out, papi. It just dies out. It's all a sketch. It's an illusion. It's an illusion, papi. And you guys buy into that illusion. But I must come to help you guys and help you. It's called. You know what it is? They already know. It's called wash, rinse, and repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And they keep on doing this to you for free. And you come back to it because they even have a wig to dress you up so they can do it to you. Sorry, guys. That was a joke. Oh my God. So don't buy into the, discontinue. Don't fall for that, right? Thurston, thank you, Bobby, for laughing. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Rolex GMT Sprite. Don't don't pay. Thank you very much. Don't pay for that Sprite Jubilee bracelet. Don't pay more, and I mean this. Don't pay more than $15,200. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an unbelievable watch. It's an unbelievable watch. It's the Rolex yellow gold, blue dial, blue ceramic bezel, Submariner, 40 millimeter. For some reason, I always come back to this sub, the 18 karat yellow gold with the blue dial, sunburst, blue dial, the ceramic blue bezel, let me tell you, it's a beautiful watch. That Submariner, I don't care what they tell you. This is the 40 millimeter, not the 41, 40. Discontinue. Reference number on this watch is the 116618. Beautiful. They call it, some people want to call it the Smurf. Some people want to call it this, whatever it is, It's a Submariner, yellow gold, blue dial, blue ceramic bezel, 40 millimeter, discontinue. The older version. And I'm going to tell all of you, if you're looking into that watch, don't pay. And listen to me, right now, you're paying out of the price I'm going to tell you, man, you're paying a lot for the gold. I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch more. 31. Stop right there. Stop right there. Who was that? Ha! Damon. Papi, Damon. Don't pay. And I mean, don't pay for that Submariner. 40 millimeter. Discontinue version. 116618. Don't pay more. Ding, 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 ding. Don't pay more than $31,000 and dumping, dumping. Kilo, guárdame. Jala para atrás. Que fue Damon. Jala para atrás, que fue Damon. Sí, Damon de California. Dumping. Dumping. Suéltame, Kilo, suelta el asiento. Suéltalo ya. That's it. Suéltalo ya. I can't believe it. I'm telling you. Damon came in blazing. Pa, 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 ping, pa, like Val Kilmer, and Tombstone, You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable, that Damon. Unbelievable. Beautiful people, that Damon. I get so happy, Damon, when people say that ding, ding, ding number right in their head. There it is. Le dio en la cabeza aquí, lo desbarató. Lo desbarató, muchachos, lo desbarató. Yo sé lo que te estoy hablando. Ladies and gentlemen, here's another one for you guys. Here's another one. It's a Rolex yellow gold. Rolex yellow gold. Stainless steel. They call this watch, they call it the Sambi. The Sambi, they call it the Sambi. Rolex two-tone GMT. It's yellow gold with stainless steel with Jubilee bracelet. 40 millimeter. It's a two. Let me tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, with all the respect, But I'm telling you, back in my time, two-tone watches, maybe today they're considered something, but in my time, you had a two-tone watch, and it was like, it was considered, I'm not gonna say it was a dog with fleas, but it was kind of a dog, to be honest. I'm just saying that. It was kind of a dog, Two-tone watches were kind of a dog. And ladies and gentlemen, they had the audacity to say that this watch was $35,000. Absolutely. Dog with fleas. There you go. So there it is. Somebody said it for me. It's a dog with fleas. I'm saying it dog to be kind, but somebody said it's a dog with fleas, and that's it. He helped me out. And I'm going to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, his reference number is the 126713GRNR, the Sambi. I'm going to tell all of you, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, but don't you dare pay for that watch. I'm going to break the 18. Don't pay for that watch more than $17,800. And you do whatever you want. It's your money. You do whatever you want. This is a watch just for, this is an unbelievable watch. This is a Patek Philippe Grand Complications. Patek Philippe Grand Complication, rose gold, perpetual calendar, Corano, the 5270. This is, papi, 41 millimeter. It's fully rose gold, bracelet and casing. It has a black stallion, black stallion dial. Papi, es un baja panty, you know? It's a panty dropper watch. You know, you put that thing on, you know, you wear a white, you know, a nice white linen shirt and you have it on with a pair of dungaree short jeans ripped, you know, and a pair of flip-flops, and you have that on your hand. Papi, las panty vuelan, cagá y apestosa, pero te la tiran, you know? You have that monster in your hand, the 5270. Unbelievable time machine, 41 millimeter. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This watch has a retail price of $287,650. $287,650, papi. This is, papi, esto es una jodienda ese reloj, papi. Eso es, you know, you have the respect, you know, you have it there, you know, complicado, complications, gran complicaciones, papi, you know, un relojazo. But the watch market is dead. Watch market dead. The watch market is dead. You're talking about a beast of a watch, man, a monster watch. Baja panty, lo que te guste, you know, whatever it is you like. Whatever you like. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I gave you the retail price. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to tell you what I believe that you should pay for that watch. Does anybody know what I'm going to say that, you know, what not to pay for that watch? Anybody? This is somebody, you know, esto es intelectual. Esto ya para intelectual, you know. The wood box, the pusher, you know, the pusher, una caja así de grande, you know. 115, okay. Damon is daring himself. Damon is daring himself. He's daring himself. And I need one more. 60,000. Wow, this unbelievable, these people. 60,000. I think Damon said 110, 60. One more? One more? Anybody one more? $95,000. Okay, we're going to stop right there. $28,000. $135,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the truth. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. But he said $135,000, and I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch. And I'm telling you, what it has in gold is what probably the white gold Prezi has. You know, what it has in gold, $23,000, right? $23,000 is what it has in gold. And the rest, you're paying for branding, marketing, logo, and name. He said $135,000, and Juan Felipe Nieves and Sweet Kid Kino are going to tell you don't pay for that Grand Complications 5270 rose gold. Complications, Grand Complications, don't pay more. This is for you, Christopher. Don't pay more than $138,000. And dumping again. Dumping again. Se jodió el brazo este. Se jodió. Dumping again. I'm telling you what it is, right? There it is for that one for you. And ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex two-tone. You know, the root beer. You know, the root beer. This is it. This is coming to the last. The last. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolex two-tone rose gold stainless steel GMT root beer 40 millimeter reference number 126711CHNR with a retail price. Ladies and gentlemen, retail price of this watch is unbelievable. A two-tone. Coño, Thurston, te metiste en la pelea. Te metiste en la pelea, Thurston. You're in the fight, Thurston. Congratulations, Christopher. Congratulations, Christopher. Bien hecho. Te metiste en la... Oh, everybody's getting in the fight. Everybody's getting in the fight now. Everybody. Even Mr. Donut. Wow. Mr. Bushka también se metió también. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. This root beer, in that Corona era, they were asking for that watch. Wicked, I need to talk to you. They were asking for that watch, ladies and gentlemen, $35,000 for a stainless steel and rose gold watch. Unbelievable. You know what it is? A stainless steel and rose gold, you know? A two-tone. It's a dog. It's a dog. You know what I'm trying to say, Thurston. Help me out. With all due respect, I'm saying this. With all due respect, and I please, and I emphasize, please, I'm not, again, I think it's a beautiful watch. I'm just saying that, you know, it wasn't for me a two-tone watch. I felt like, it was, I can't get the whole stainless steel watch. I can't get the whole gold one. Tengo dos nalgas, and I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt, me personally. But this watch was worth $35,000, Papa, and people were paying it left and right. And I'm gonna tell you because you guys need to hear the truth and nothing but the truth. All of you were on target on the numbers that you put down. All of you. And I'm gonna tell all of you, don't pay for that Rolex GMT root beer. Wow, qué cosa más grande, mano. Retail price is $19,600. Don't pay for that watch. You ready? Don't pay for that watch. $16,700. You do whatever you want. Okay, you do whatever you want. And I was being very kind when I used the number $16,700. I was being really, really kind. I could have told you if I wanted. I don't want to say nothing no more. I'm gonna be quiet. Our next watch, and this I believe is my last two watches are coming up. My last two watches. This is for a gentleman that sent me an email. He was looking for a Vacheron Constantin overseas, rose gold, blue dial, 4,500. 4,500, ladies and gentlemen. And people are still thinking that, this watch is $90,000, $80,000. And sir, I gotta tell you, for some reason, I'm a big fan of Vacheron Constantin. I think they're one of the best watchmakers out there, one of the best dial makers, in particular the blue dial, which this watch has it, the blue dial. And I'm gonna tell you, sir, you do whatever you want. The retail price of that watch is $60,500. It's a discontinued watch. And I'm gonna tell you, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch more than $47,500. Right, sir? That's that one. And here's my last one, ladies. We're talking about a Rolex Rose Gold Daytona with an ivory dial. 40 millimeter, 116505 is the reference number. It's rose gold. Beautiful watch. Beautiful watch. And if they're telling you that the watch costs $45, $46, this is my price to you. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $38,700 and dropping. All right, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you enjoyed this watch market update. I truly, truly did my best today, to drop some knowledge on you guys so you guys can get smarter and smarter and smarter. As you know, we are a public service watch announcement channel. So we are to bring you the real truth and what's happening out there. In behalf of me and Sweet Kid Kino, we want to wish you guys a lovely evening as it is. And like me, thank you, Wicked. Thank you so much, Wicked, as well again. And like we always say, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hey, we also have a public channel, a watch channel. It's on Bookface. It's on Bookface. It's under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves. Look for it. Go to About. You'll find there Opus and Time. Request to join the channel. Maybe Kino and Samantha will let you in, right? Samantha's my secretary. Maybe they'll let you in. They take a look at all that good stuff, If they see that you're for real, that you're not a fugazi, they might let you in. Anyway, like me and Sweet Kid Kino say always, take care and brush your hair. Good night, guys.